Unit 9 Review, Question 8. Riley sprinted 157 feet. How many yards did he sprint? So we want to convert feet into yards. Okay. So we're going to use unit analysis and conversion factors to do this. You may know that there's 3 feet in a yard. Maybe you know that you should divide here. But if we use unit analysis, we can make sure. The biggest mistake people make is they multiply instead of divide, or vice versa. So setting up the units in this way will help us not make that error. So we start with what we're given, 157 feet. Set up a multiplication and a ratio, and now we're going to find the relationship between feet and yards. So here's a table of length and some conversions, and notice 1 yard equals 3 feet. Now I want the feet to cancel. Here the feet's on top, the feet are on top, so I'm going to put the 3 feet on the bottom and the 1 yard on the top. Okay. And notice 1 yard divided by 3 feet, this equals 1. It seems weird because you have 1/3, but since a yard equals 3 feet, what we're really doing is multiplying this by 1 and not changing the quantity of the 157 feet. We're just changing the units to yards. So notice the feet cancel, and we will have 157 times 1 over 3 yards. And we'll put that in the calculator, 157 times 1 divided by 3. And we'll round this to the nearest hundredth, so 52.33 yards. Let's look at the next one. Maureen needs 4.75 cups of sugar for a recipe. And we're asked, how many ounces does she need? So we are converting from cups to ounces. So first, we're going to write 4.75 cups. Always label your units so you can keep track of them. Times, let's set up our ratio, and let's find our appropriate conversion. So these are measures of volume or capacity. We want to relate cups to ounces. And I see this right here. So 1 cup equals 8 ounces. So I want cups to cancel, so I'm going to put 1 cup on the bottom. And I want to be left with ounces, so I'm going to put that on top. Okay. I'm going to check to make sure the appropriate units cancel. A cup's on top and 1 on bottom cancels. So we have 4.75 times 8 ounces. The denominator is just 1. You can write that and divide, but we know we'll get back to the original amount. So we have 4.75 times 8 equals 38 ounces. Let's look at the next one. Liz is on a flight that lasts 8 hours and 26 minutes. And we want to know how many minutes is this flight. Okay. So this is a multi-unit conversion. We're starting with hours plus minutes. Okay, so when it says and, it really means plus in terms of addition. And we want to change to only minutes. Okay. So we need to convert hours to minutes, and then add on the remaining minutes. Okay. So we're going to write 8 hours in minutes and then add the 26 onto that result. So here are some time conversions. Notice we have 1 hour equals 60 minutes. So let's take our 8 hours. Okay, I want hours to cancel, so I'll put that on the bottom. Minutes to stay, I'll put that on top. The hours cancel. And I get 8 times 60, dividing by 1, we can just omit that, is 480 minutes. Don't forget to add the original 26 minutes, so 480 minutes plus 26 minutes equals 506 minutes. Let's look at the next one. Cedric needs 36 cups of juice to make punch, and we're asked, how many gallons does he need? So we want to change from cups to gallons. Okay. So cups are relatively small compared to gallons, and there's lots of units of measure in between them. So these are listed in order. Here's cups. Pints and quarts are between cups and gallons. And notice we don't have a direct conversion that tells us 1 gallon equals how many cups. So we call this multi-step because we're going to need to use a series of conversion factors. So let's start with the 36 cups. And let's use our first conversion factor, and our goal is to go from cups to gallons, and we're going to do that via changing it to pints, then quarts, then gallons. So I will highlight these in our chart, changing cups to pints, to quarts. Oops, that one isn't gallons, this one's gallons. So we don't need that one was ounces. Okay, so first we want to go from cups to pints, so there's 2 cups in a pint. I put cups on bottom and the pint on top. Okay. Now I'm not going to multiply to the end because I have a lot of more converting to do, but I am going to note that now my cups would cancel and I have pints. Now I'm going to change pints to quarts. There's 2 pints in a quart. So I want pints to cancel, so 2 pints on the bottom, 1 quart on top. Okay, checking my units. Now I see if I computed this now, the result would be quarts. Okay, and last step is I want gallons, and there's 4 quarts in 1 gallon. So to make quarts cancel, I put it on the bottom and 1 gallon on top. I notice quarts cancel. So now I know if I multiply this all out, my final unit will be gallons. So now let's write this. I'm going to multiply everything in the numerator, 36 times 1 times 1 times 1. And in the denominator, we have 2 times 2 times 4. Okay. You want to be careful on your calculator. I'm going to compute all of these, the numerator separately from the denominator, and then divide last. So we have 36. This is 4 times 4, which is 16. And now let's find 36 divided by 16 is 2.25. And our units was gallons.